So let's get started. This is going to be your love forecast for September. All right. So let's see what's going on here, my beautiful Cappies. So you have the Two of Coins. This is your present position. And the Two of Coins is about balancing, like, I see this two ways. So balancing like what you want and what you actually are responsible for, right? And then others, it would be like balancing, well, it can be that way too. So what you want and what you're responsible for. So you're looking at your life, you're looking at these things, you're looking at your relationships, and you're like, well, I want it to go here, or I want this, so I'm going to work a little bit here, but I really have this responsibility, so I have to do this as well. And you Cappies are very, very, very responsible. You can be very responsible, even if another sign would be like, no, I'm not doing it. You still will do it because you're loyal and faithful that way, right? So this looks like it's been in your now position in love. So it looks like you're trying to balance. Some of you, it's about, do I want, because some of you have come from a lot. And so you're like, you know, am I ready to open my heart again? I think I'm ready to open my heart again. But, you know, with Cappies, it's like a once in a lifetime deal. So it's really hard for them to do it twice. Like the real love, you know, like there's levels of love and you understand that, but that deep love. So some of you are like trying to balance that. And others of you are saying, you know, I have this responsibility with my wife or with my husband or with my children or with my family, but I have these things that I want to do too, and I know that I can do both, and that's kind of what you're doing now. Okay, so what's crossing you is the moon. So this is Spirit's, I think it's this way, sorry. This is Spirit's advice in this situation, and their advice is, this always tells me, you see how the moon, if you can see it here, it looks nice here, but in here it's just glowing and it's beautiful, and it depends on where you look at it from, right? So where's your angle? Where's your perception? So when the moon comes up, it's about you looking at it in a better light, looking at it with a different eye. So these things that are going on in your love area, look at it, try to find the beauty in it again. Because there's beauty everywhere around you, but are you going to see it? Or are you going to be that hardworking Cappy that sticks their nose to the ground and just keeps going, right? Because you can do either one. But they're saying there's a way to do it where you're not so drained and you're not so overworked and you're not so just responsible, you know? And listen, I love Cappies and I admire you for being that responsible. But sometimes other people need to take up the responsibility as well. Okay. So I also see this in like your partnerships. For those of you that have someone, I see that you're feeling lost and this person is like, you know, we're going to do what we got to do, right? That's kind of how I'm seeing this. And you're like, no, I know there's a better way. I know there's a better way. And this is like, nope, we're doing it this way. So that may be where you're trying to compromise as well, because I'm seeing that for like partnerships. And this could be in your business too. This could be in not just your romantic area, but your businesses and your families, okay? It depends on where your love's at. And it can be more than one thing. So their advice is take another look at it with a better eye. Get into that vibration, center yourself. And you know how you do that? You start with a state of appreciation. Always when you want to raise that vibration, that's the best. That's what I teach. That's what I teach my clients. The fastest and easiest way to get into better vibration is to start with appreciation. So appreciate the smallest things and then move from there to a little bit bigger, and that will get you into that vibration where you see things in a lovelier light, right? In a lovely light. Okay? All right. So it looks like you came from Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords, well, you can see she's not very happy, right? So this was about you being in your head, being stuck in your head, or feeling like you freeze. And listen, you get so overwhelmed with responsibility and the day-to-day stuff that you can freeze. And you're like, it's just too much. I can't. Or, you know, so like you just keep thinking about it and keep thinking about it, keep mulling over it and mulling over it, and then you get stuck and you freeze, right? So it looks like you were able to get out of that and into this and finally say, all right, this is, look, because if you guys remember, well, if you've never seen me before, I had a husband for 20 years who was a Capricorn, loved me, and I loved him from the day we met to the day he passed on. Just very loyal, faithful, would do anything. So I know him. Like, I know Cappies, not every Cappy, I don't know, but like I understand Cappies. So he, like, I'm just thinking of this, that reminded me, he would finally get into a space where he was like, all right, that's enough, we're gonna do this, right? And that's what I feel like happened to you guys, is like, you know, you came from this where you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and then finally you're just like, nope, we're gonna do this is how it's gonna be. And that's kind of what you're doing now. That's what you came from. Okay, so for your fourth position, this is really interesting, because in your fourth position, when I was looking at this, I was like, who's this? Because you guys are the Cappies, and I'm like, I know this is the love area, and I know some of them are going to have, you know, partners come in, and because it's a king to me means it's that sign. Right? Now, when it's a queen, it means it's that characteristics. They have the characteristics of that sign. But a king, usually to me, means that it's that sign. So I don't know if there's Cappy and Cappy going on or Cappy and Virgo going on. I feel a lot of Virgo and Cappy going on. But this person is very stable. And so in the first couple of weeks, this first 2 weeks of September, I feel like this person comes in for you. For those of you that are open and available, this person comes in, and I'm feeling Virgo. I mean, I could be wrong. I could always be wrong. I'm human. I could be wrong, but I'm feeling a lot of Virgo. I'm barely feeling any Taurus if there's Taurus. Yeah, I feel some Taurian. I do feel Taurian a little bit, but I mostly see like Cappy on Cappy and Cappy on Virgo, which is kind of interesting. But the other thing too is this person can be ascending Capricorn or ascending Virgo or ascending Taurian, right? But whoever this is, they're very stable. They're like you. They mean business. They've worked hard. Look at his eyes. Look at the wrinkles, the strain in his eyes, because he's worked so hard. But look how beautiful he looks. I mean, he's just gorgeous. Look at him. He's kind of sexy, isn't he? So he has come through a lot, and he is no joke, and he is ready, and he has his heart open. He has worked very hard to get to the space that he's at. And I feel like for some of you, you meet this guy. This man, and I feel like for some of you men, you meet this woman and it kind of shocks you. That's what I'm feeling for the men. Like, you're meeting this woman, you're like, wait, that can't be real. And it can be real. You're like, no, there's something wrong, or there's like, I'm gonna wait, right? Don't get into that where you're gonna wait. If you have been working hard to get to this space, if you have known me for the last two years that I've been on YouTube with my other channel, Your Indigo Path, and you've been working hard at this stuff, then if this person comes in, don't get in your head about there's not a real person that can come in like that. They can. It just means that you're finally at the same vibration, and they've worked hard to get to you like you've worked hard to get to this space. Okay? So that's for some of you. For others of you, this is your partner already, who is very loyal, very faithful, very responsible, works very hard, and understands the beauty of the everyday. Like, love is not just the romantic thing. Love is actually putting work into something like that, like a relationship, right? That's who this person is. And it looks like you'll be spending this quality time with them. For others of you, it looks like this is you. You can be in this element in the next 2 weeks, and you know how you Cappies are. When you are on it, you are on it. You're on fire. You will just manifest whatever you want. Like, nothing's going to stop you. And that's what I feel like. And it may be because your Mars is in the ninth house, because I just feel like this is how it's going to go. This is what I'm going to do. And that's that. That's kind of how I feel. Like it honestly is reminding me of my late husband, because he was so sweet. He would let me kind of do whatever, and I was a brat. I was young. Remember when I was young, earlier in our years. But listen, when he put his foot down, that was it. Like, done. So I would be like running around like a brat, and then finally he had to say, "That's enough." And I'd be like, "Okay." So that's kind of what that feeling I'm getting of, like, you're just done. You're going to, like, this is like, all of a sudden you're like, no, this is the way it's going to be, and this is what I'm going to do, and this is what's going to come out of it. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. So in your 5th position, this is from your higher self. I always ask your higher self, what is the one message they want to bring through to help you move forward in love? Look at you. You have the 10 of Cups. They want you to know that bonding is here. They want you to know that your life is unfolding to this space. They just need you to be in a better space, have a different perception. And they understand that you get bogged down with the everyday stuff, but your time is here. So for others of you, they want you to know that if you've been going through like the family issues, sibling issues, some of you romantic issues too, and business. I'm seeing business issues. They want you to know that this month is a time of celebration. Things are going to be happening for you for that time of celebration. Not just that, but you're going to be inspired too. I do see the inspiration in here, and they want you to know that that's here. That's what you'll be sort of overall feeling like, okay. Because I know right now you're probably like, no, this is how it's going to be. But over the month, they want you to know that this is what's happening. You're going to like get a little softer and see a little better and be in a better space, okay? Because you did it. You came from here. Good for you. All right, my gorgeous ones. In your 6th position, this is the later half of the month. So it looks like, because you've done so much work before, and the later half of the month, you'll just be planning some things. This is the Palace of Wands. So those of you that don't know this deck, the Palace is a state of mind to me. So, and it being Wands means, you know how a fire sign is, where they'll like a Leo or an Aries, they'll like start thinking about and planning, like, this is what I got to do, this is what I got to do, this is what I got to do, right? Like, these are the actions I have to take to get what I want. These are the actions I have to take to have that relationship come about. These are the actions I have to take to have my businesses go through. These are the, like, that's what a fire sign will do. And so it's about action, but you'll be thinking. This is your state of mind. So, and I kind of feel like it's that Mars in there. It's that Mars in your 9th house. It's going to give you a lot of energy, which is what you're needing. So it looks like towards the second half of the month, if you meet this person, it looks like you'll just be planning some things, because I know you Cappies like to take it slow. You'll have fun. It'll be exciting. There'll be some spontaneity. There will be spontaneity, but it looks like this is more about planning for you. And that's what you'll be doing the later half of the month. Okay. Now, don't think that just because I put this one down that that's the only thing that's happening, because some of you might get some surprises in here. That's what I'm feeling too. So in your 7th position, this is your fear. And I see this 2 ways. So you have the 6 of Cups. So for some of you, because this can be a karmic card to me. This can be that long lost love from another lifetime, right? Or this can be a past love from this lifetime. So some of you, your fear is, will I ever be in that solid relationship again? Because I know what it's like. I feel it. I know it. I know it. That's how Cappies are. I know what I know, right? And so there's somewhere deep inside you that knows that there is one for you. And I know that you have worked and you've had some trauma and you've had life that's gotten you down, and you've been hurt, and you've been taken advantage of, and it's crazy what y'all have gone through. So you're like, but even so, I know that there's one. I know that he or she is there. And so your fear is, will that ever come about? And it will. A fear is there to remind you what you want and don't want. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. Now focus on what you want, right? So for others of you, you're feeling, I'm fearful that that person from the past or someone like that person from the past is going to come in and do the same thing. Again, this is a fear. And let me say this. If you've already mastered that lesson with a person, then when someone like that tries to come in your life, you're going to know immediately. Why? Because you know what that vibration is, right? So unless you're still in that vibration and they come in, then you won't know the difference. But if you're out of that vibration and then they come in, then you'll know, oh no, that's that vibration. I don't like that, right? You'll know immediately. You'll know what it looks like. You'll know what it feels like. You'll know. So it's just a fear. It's there to remind you of what you don't want. Okay? So I hope that helps. In your 8th position, this is the way a loved one will be viewing you and dealing with you. So this is really interesting because if it's this new person that comes in, if you're open, available, and ready, right? And this person comes in, this person is like, no, I told you, they're no joke. And so they're going to lay it out on the table and they're going to take charge if need be. And they're going to say, look, like, I don't know if you guys have ever, some of you guys I'm sure have experienced this, where you meet somebody and you just know that's my husband, that's my wife, like that's just it. But you don't know until that actually happens, right? So, or that person comes in and you're like, nope, that's somebody special in my life. I don't know why yet, but I know. That's kind of how this person comes in. Like, they're like, I don't know who this is. I just know there's someone special and we're going to have something. That's kind of how. And so this person is like not afraid. They don't have a fear about it. They don't have any issues. They're going to take charge and do what's necessary. And it's going to be the way that you're wanting and needing to be loved. And let me say that again. It's going to be the way that you're wanting and needing to be loved. If it's anything less than that, then that's not it. Okay? So that's the way they'll be dealing with you. That's the way they will be seeing you as well. Because if you have an open heart, they'll have the open heart too. Okay? I hope that helps. Let me say this also. If for those of you that don't have anybody, and this is the universe speaking to you, they're saying, take charge. Start taking the action and making the steps to where you want to go, and we'll open it up for you. You tell us which way you want to go. Okay? Because some of you get into this, well, I don't know if I want somebody, but I do know that I want somebody. And I don't know if I want somebody now, but I do know that I want somebody. And so you go back and forth, and they're just saying, it's okay. You don't have to have somebody right now. Just take some steps in the direction that you want to go. Okay? So in your 9th position, this is your hopes and dreams, but I call it the outer realm coming in. So this is the energy coming in. So you have the 6 of Swords. That is major, major stability coming into your life. That is, look at the light that he's shining. Look at his warrior face because he's been through so much. Look at all these experiences. Like he's like ready. He's going to have to come to a space where he gets calmer because he's so used to being ready for stuff to happen, right? So he's going into calmer waters now. It is time for him to rest. It's time to be more stable. And that's what's coming in for you. That's what they want you to know. Okay? Good for you, my Cappies. Now, in your 10th position, this is the overall outcome of what you'll be dealing with in the month of September. You have the 2 of Cups. I see this a couple of ways because some of you, your love is in your businesses, your love is in your family, your love is in your spouses, your love is in your romantic area. So throughout the month of September, they want you to know that there's bonding going on. There's going to be understanding with your siblings, with your family, with your spouses, with your longtime partners, with your dates, with your friends. Like there's going to be this understanding for a lot of you, okay? And then for some of you who are single and ready and willing, when this person comes in, you'll know them because you're going to have this understanding that you get each other physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay? It's like, I know this person. I don't know why I know this person, but this person feels like I know them. Right? That's the type of thing that's going to be going on throughout the month of September. Okay, and that's even for those of you that have long-term relationships. You're going to get back to that space where you're understanding each other again, where you're really, really connecting. Okay, this is a beautiful, beautiful, it's not the start because you've already started it. You already put everything into play. It's more of the, we already started this, now we're coming back together. Now we're coming together and we're going to grow from that.